Quiz 1, question 29. The two functions are given, f and g, and we are going to answer the question 29 and 30 according to given. F of x is sine x, g of x is 2 pi. And 29, g of f, function g is going to be written in the f. Function g is going to be written in the function f. So it is sine 2 pi, which is 0. G of f of 6. F of 6 will be calculated first. F of 6, pi over 6 will be calculated first. F of pi over 6, sine of pi over 6, sine of 30, which is 1 over 2. And this is going to be replaced in the g. But if we pay attention, g function itself is a constant function. There is no x to write. So whenever you get in the inside, answer is always same, which is function itself, constant function 2 pi. Question 31, which of the statement is true? The two different functions are given and we are going to see are they equal or not, the compositions. And f of g of x means g function will be written in the function f, and go function, f function will be written in the function g. Maybe we can think that they are equal to each other, but square of root of x is x always. But square root of x squared is absolute value of x. This condition is not always equal, not for every x. We need a condition here which should be written for the numbers greater than or equal to 0. It is true, but we don't have any explanation like this, so it is false. And g function will be written in the function f, so it will be cosine square x minus 1, equal or not. Go function f will be written in the function g. In this case, it will be cosine of x squared minus 1. They are completely different than each other, so none of them are true. Question 32, question 33. Question 32 is about finding domain of a polynomial function. Domain of polynomial function is all real numbers. The next question is about range. If it is number over x, I mean a kind of reciprocal function, range is always all real numbers except 0. All real numbers except 0. There can be different notation. The notation which is okay with this writing is C. Question 34. The question is about finding range. It is also a reciprocal function, or we can also call as an inverse function, number over x. So all real numbers except 0 will be the range. Question 35, domain. It is rational, so if we should exclude the solutions of denominator if they exist. Let me factorize x minus 2, x minus 1, which is equal to 0. The solutions are 2 and 1. So they are the problem numbers. Actually, all real numbers except the numbers 1 and 2 will be answer. I couldn't see any choice like this. So what is the logic? 1 and 2 won't be used, won't be taken, but all other numbers will be chosen. So numbers less than 1 is possible, the numbers between them and numbers greater than 2, all of them are possible. So the choice which is okay with this figure, numbers less than 1, union numbers between 1 and 2, numbers greater than 2, 1 and 2 are not included. Answer is B. Question 36, it is rational to find the domain of rational function. We have to pay attention to the solutions of denominator. X squared plus 1 square and plus 1 is equal to 0 never give us any solution. There is no solution, means there is no problem. So domain is all real numbers. Question 37, it is rational, don't confuse with the absolute value in denominator. My logic is the same. If there is any solution of denominator, we should subtract from real numbers. So solution of denominator is -3. So domain of the function will be all real numbers minus -3. Question 38, find the domain of 4 over root of x. Normally, if it is root of x, inside expression should be greater than or equal to 0 because of square root. But since it is in denominator, x cannot be 0. I have to think both conditions. So only numbers greater than 0 will be the answer. Numbers greater than 0 are given here. 38 is equal to C. Domain of root of x minus 1. For the radical expression, domain is the case of inside expression should be greater than or equal to 0. X minus 1 should be greater than or equal to 0. X is greater than or equal to 1. From 1, which is included, to infinity is answer. And range, for range, it is better to know the graph. The parent square root function shifted 1 unit to the right. Parent function is shifted 1 unit to the right. And range is related with the y value. So from the end, if you go, it is 0, and all numbers which are greater than 0 will be used on y-axis. So numbers equal or greater than 0 will be the range. Number minus x to the power of 2 is the special case. It shows us sometimes it is a semicircle with radius 1. Its graph will be something like this, and domain is the values related with x-axis from -1 to +1. They are both closed will be the answer. Question 42, range of 1 minus x squared. It is semicircle, so we are going to use, or there was a rule, okay. So from 0 to 1 will be the answer, since the figure will be like this, and from 0 to 1 will be the possible values of y to sketch the graph. So it is the range of the given function. Now the order is different. X squared comes first, then number. But I cannot say it is semicircle. It is actually hyperbola. Its graph will be like this. So domain is going to be from -infinity to -2, union from 2 to +infinity, or you may take inside expression which should be greater than or equal to 0. It is quadratic inequality. To solve quadratic inequality, first of all, I have to find the solutions, which are plus -2, and the table -2 plus 2. There will be 3 regions on number line. According to sign of x squared, I decide signs plus, then minus, then plus. Greater than or equal to 0 is going to be here and here. So it is also clear to see numbers less than or equal to -2, or numbers greater than or equal to 2 will be answer. Question 44 is about finding domain of the given expression. Do we see the figure? Do we know the figure? Not necessary actually. it is not a parent function. So take inside expression is x squared minus 3x plus 2 greater than or equal to 0, and I have to solve this. First of all, find the roots, find the solutions of this expression, so equalize to 0 first, and the factors are minus 2 and plus minus 1, so there are two solutions, 2 and 1. We can use a logic like this: if x squared is positive, numbers less than smaller solution and numbers greater than greater solution will be answer. What do I mean? Answer is D. Or if I go on, there are two solutions, 1 and 2, and x squared is positive, plus minus plus, so the two regions will be the answer. Till 1 union from 2 to infinity, answer is D. Range of 3 minus root of x. There are two ways to solve this. Since it is parent function, I prefer sketching it is root of x, and because of minus sign in front, it is reflected and it is the graph of negative x, and because of having plus 3, I can say the second graph is going to be reflected 3 units up. 1, 2, 3. The graph is going to be like this, so range will be from negative infinity till 3. 3 is closed. Answer is A. Answer is A. Or there is one more logic as a second way. You may start from the logic of domain. So inside of root should be greater than or equal to 0. Step by step I have to prepare my function, and then root of both sides. So root of 0 is also going to be 0. Root of x greater than or equal to 0, and I have to put minus root of x. I have to reverse the symbol 0, and I have to write plus 3. I have to write plus 3 to both sides. So 3 minus root of x less than or equal to 3, it is my function. I can say numbers less than or equal to 3 will be answer. Answer will be same, which is A.